Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, where I'll be doing some designing later, but two of our project's 51408 class destroyers have found a couple of Japanese destroyers. So, time to test out an actual Soviet design and not a Tsarist one. Right, to the south. Let's go. Do bob around quite a lot, these boy, is closer than I was expecting. They're almost certainly going to fire torpedoes at us. Yep, there they are. Split up. Find our own in response. Get your rudder over. Oh wow, actually hit with the damn things. That's amazing. So many torpedoes everywhere. I'm lucky he fired at the other one. Oh ho ho! Bang! Right, both of those are very badly damaged. Hopefully, we'll be able to shoot them up. Ow. They have armor? Yeah, they do a little bit. Oh, there we go. Don't know if the front turrets are broken or if they're just being annoying. It does happen sometimes, where the half the turrets just stop rotating. An annoying bug, to be sure. I've reported it lots though, so I won't bore you with doing a bug report. There we go. A handy victory for our two intrepid destroyers. Good for them. Amazed they actually hit with some torpedoes. I mean, it was at like a few hundred meters. Now, obviously, at the outbreak of war, the design committee has been instructed to approve the preliminary designs for new cruisers. Excuse me, that's my printer deciding to wake up, which it never normally does. What the hell? And our battleship, they're going to probably take a little bit longer. So hopefully the second half of the episode will be cruiser design. Okay, we have one of our old cruisers against one of their heavy cruisers, a destroyer, and some transports. Okay. Transports. Southeast, eh? These ships are slow as mud, so chances of us getting a ghost encounter are quite high. That is an enemy heavy cruiser. Well, armoured cruiser. Not really what I'm interested in. Poopily doo. No. Oh, I know, Melly. That was fortunate. That the destroyer. Kill it. Destroyers. Japanese destroyers are loaded with torpedoes. See what I mean? It's going to get hit at least twice. Oh, just the once. Treat. Shush, Melly. Launches on this thing on the sides. Okay. Is that a transport? He is a transport. I think. Transports have guns, actually, which is quite amusing. That destroyer needs to go. Yes. Okay, that should slow you down a bit. And a slow destroyer is a dead destroyer. Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll do it. Torpedo is probably unnecessary. Let's see if I can get the Don to torpedo the cruiser. While the heavy very slowly chases the transports. There were 7 of them, I seem to remember. torpedoes. What have they got on them? 107.1mm guns. Fun. Better than nothing, I suppose. It's a handy way of seeing where they are. Oh, Don doesn't have any torpedoes. Okay, that's maybe a mistake then. That heavy cruiser is damaged, but still perfectly capable of ruining a light cruiser's day. Very long range. Seriously doubt we're going to hit. One more, possibly two. Actually. Yeah, I think there is another one. Oh, maybe not actually. Maybe got no. I've got all of them. It's fine with me. We'll leave the heavy cruiser to report her failure to the Japanese Admiralty. 7 transports and an escorting destroyer. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Right, I will be back in the second half of the video designing, well, what the committee has told me to design. See you in a moment. Bye for now. About 11,000 tons or so, which is about, well, actually, let's call it 11,000 tons exactly. Go standard for now. My budget is 45 million, so I will do my best. So we're going to go with semi-oil. Let's grab a tower. I only get one choice of tower, which is a little bit unfortunate. I'm just going to build it back to front. So put the tower there. I'm going to need at least 2 funnels. That's been requested. I'm probably going to need 2 funnels anyway to get up to that speed. Something like so. Then if I force the boilers, yeah, they've forced. Gear the turbines. Now, I mistakenly, it was a genuine mistake. I should not have put Group 4 on the battle cruiser in the previous episode. However, I did, and I'm going to hand wave that as us. You know, it was peacetime, brand new ship, and, you know, we had permission to experiment with the latest and greatest in armor technology. But we are now at war. We need ships. We definitely don't want them coming out with flaws, so we're going to stick with good old-fashioned Krupp 3. And let's get our guns selected. We're going to use 230mm guns for this. 9 of them. And if we make them 45 caliber, that should do pretty nicely. We then have a requirement to add some torpedoes, so I'm just going to add some along the side, although I'd actually like the slightly longer ship. I'm going to push, let's wait until I get the longer one. There we go. I'm going to reduce my draft so I stay under the 11,000 tons. We'll cut my range down a little bit. 11,003. I'll be cheeky. That gives me 8 torpedoes a side, and we've asked for the 533mm ones. We definitely want good barbaric protection. Now then, secondary armament has been requested. And I think if we could maybe get some of these in. One there. And one... That's actually kind of annoying. Can I move this around? Thank you. No, but I can fit one there. And then that actually does function. Fit one, oops. Can I fit one here? Not quite. Again, not quite. Well, I can fit one there, but I can't put it on the actual thing. There we go. 3 of those will make them 80mm. Should do nicely. Don't interfere with the guns at all, do they? Nope. All right. Then we're going to go standard ratio on the shells. Base fused, cap ballistic, standard, product 2, TNT 3, enhanced, reloading. I've got coincidence 5 rangefinders. I'm going to put a sonar set on, if I can get away with it, and depth charges. Now we're running into it. Okay, the range is quite long. 13,000 is going to be fine. Armor wise, I'm thinking 300 on the turret. Oops. Should be fine. And then we're going to go 230 on the main belt and 115 there, and then half 115 would be 57.5. Then we can just call it 35. Then okay, 2% over. Perhaps this doesn't need to be quite that thick. Let's go for 280. with 140. 80 mil guns. I'd like to have 80 millimeters of armor. Oh, they'll only take that. Okay, so fine. 50. Actually, do you know what? That's they go for 35. 2%. 2%. A couple of 100 tons. I could drop range again, but I really don't want to. I could drop speed just a touch. In fact, I could make them the same speed as the battle cruiser. Probably will save a lot of displacement. No, it doesn't. Okay. Okay, there's no point doing that then. Could push it overweight. I am under budget. So I don't think the committee will mind too much if I push her overweight. Does that mean I can just zero the draft? That would probably fix it. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So we're overweight but under budget. I think that's a fair compromise. We've got a little tiny bit of an aft weight offset issue. Go. Move this back. Point 1. That is completely acceptable. We've got the engine efficiency, and yeah, we are. What did I say originally? 45 million, and this is only 40. That's pretty good. A little bit over on the displacement, but otherwise fine. Very nice. Okay. Let's give it names. This will be project 3, 2, 3, 9. Yes. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's save it. And I will move on to the light cruiser. Now, the light cruiser is not a very nice hull. It's this one, the modern light cruiser. Now, my sketch, I had it coming out at about 40 million, which is going to be about the same as the heavy cruiser. I'd like to get it less than that, but the speed requirement was 36, but 36 would actually make it the fastest ship in the fleet. So I'm going to change that to 35, so it's the same speed as the destroyer. And it was asked that I have 180 millimeter guns, so that should be doable. Let's give them a +2. Oops. 47s. Yeah, let's make them 180 millimeter 50 calibers. This is a very awkward ship to work on. The tower is really, really far forward. But I'm going to need it because this thing's probably going to have quite a lot in terms of funnels. So still on the semi-oil. Let's go forced. I'm probably going to need them. Group 3. Funnels. The middle one. Yes, there we go. Can I do it with 2, actually? Yes, I can, actually. Just about do it with 2. Okay, forward weight offset is also a problem on this hull, but there might be a way around that. The joys of light cruisers. It's actually huge, so I'm going to reduce the size to the next step down. It doesn't change the size of this front bit. It only changes the size of the lower bit, so it should help a little bit with our offset issue. Yeah, let's keep the funnels kind of there. And get our rear tower in. And then, oops, get our rear battery. Torpedo launchers definitely want. We still have a forward weight offset. That's what I was worried about. I'm gonna try and see if I can be a little bit cheeky with it. This is very cheeky. Something like that. I actually have an half weight offset. Now that's doable. Right. Oh, Millie, shush. Charges mine layer. Okay, good. I believe secondary guns were requested 50 or 60 millimeter, but I'm also thinking, and we also have a requirement to fit some torpedoes. Torpedoes might be annoying. I could fit them there. I could totally fit them there. Done. Torpedoes. Want some torpedoes? There. Right there. Torpedoes. Done. In armor, I guess. Let's go. I've got 180 mil. Wait, what's the maximum armor you can put on a... 150. Let's go 150, 150, 150. So there is no difference between the built and the extended. 75 on the deck. And just 37.5. That's pretty decent. And 75 and 37.5. In a deck, that's 37.5. Yeah, we're getting there. And then, what's the most we can put on the barbette? 178. Really? Really? Call it 170. And the most we can put on there, call it 250 then. And on the top, 125. It's like, nope, you can only have 124.6. Fine, 120 and 240. There we go. Secondary weapons. 60 mil. We could do 60 mil. We could also do 80 mil, however. No. Yeah, there's really nowhere to fit secondary guns on this. Oh, there are. There's 2 single gun mounts up here. It won't take a dual, but it will take a single. Okay. And it was requested that they were 60 millimeters. Done. Put some 60 millimeter guns on it. Yes. Tick. There are 60 millimeter guns on the vessel. We're a little bit under budget actually, which is really nice to see. Range and everything is fine, so I'm actually going to reduce displacement until we get a change in size. No, or I go, oh wait. Yeah, call it 7,500 tons roughly. And now I have a little tiny bit of an half weight offset. Which I don't think I'm going to be able to get rid of very easily. Get it down to 0.2 though, which is not too bad. Okay, and it is 35.5, so it is less than the heavy, which is good. So it's not as well armoured, it's not as well armed, but it is faster. It can lay mines, yeah, might well prove quite useful. It's basically like a super destroyer more than anything. And this will be project 4. Here we go. I think both of those will be pretty good, actually. Yeah, we've got a $35 million light and a 40 million heavy. Heavy will probably, well, in fact, we'll probably replace both of these with better ships down the line. But for now, the expediency of war requires us to get going. Right. Now, we did lose a light cruiser. So I have 17 currently. I think that's too many. I think 9 will be fine for now. 3 for each. In fact, for both of them. 3 for each fleet, basically. So 3 light cruisers and 3 heavy cruisers for each of the 3 fleets. I think that is absolutely fine. So ships, light cruiser, build 9. And heavy cruiser, build 9. That's going to be a lot of building. So 3 of them, build them out of Sevastopol. You 3 build out of Kronstadt. And you 3 build out of Vladivostok. And then we'll do the same for the heavies. Central, Western, Far East. Lovely. Okay, how long will it take? Light cruisers 12 months, heavy cruisers 16 months. Perfect. Well, I do still have the battleships to design, but the committee is still considering that design. So that is going to wait for the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.